The 6 stages of learning in dog training. Acquisition. This is when a dog learns to recognize and understand the characteristics of an object or its environment. This is also known as associative learning, where dogs make connections between actions and effects. Consistency. When you are working with your dog, it's important to remain consistent. If you have a certain word that means good and always use this word to praise your dog, they will learn that the word itself predicts rewards or treats. However, if every time they do something wrong, you reply with good, then they won't understand what the word means. In a way, you are also training yourself at this stage. You must be in control of your reactions and remain calm in order to set the correct tone for your dog. Repetition. Dog training also relies on repetition. This means that your dog must repeat a learned behavior in order to be rewarded. After going through the previous 2 stages, dogs should know how to respond to a cue and will want their reward. The first couple of times you try this, you may need to use a high-value food or toy as a reward so that your pet is motivated to do what you want. Once the behavior has been learned, you can start rewarding with praise and more low-value treats or toys. Generalization. Generalization is the process of applying what your dog has learned in one context to other situations. This process should be done gradually and slowly since it requires a lot of patience on the owner's part. Retention. Retention means that a dog will keep what they've learned and remember it for future use. Fluency. After your dog has learned a behavior, they will be able to do it without any hesitation. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to the Beacon Dog Academy to sign up for our online dog training course. Our professional dog trainer Daniel uses emotionally intelligent positive reinforcement techniques to help you cultivate the best relationship with your dog. You'll find free articles and resources that will help you learn how to think like a dog trainer. Exploring dog behavior theory in depth will improve your leadership skills and help you become the leader your dog deserves.